Hello everybody, Donnie here with Family Tales. I hope everybody is doing awesome today. We are going to get right into these Reddit stories that's related to family drama, bridezilla, etc. And if you do like these Reddit stories, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and the notification bell as well. So let's get cracking with the first story today. We'll see you next time.
Update: my brother-in-law is the reason why my husband left me. I don't know what to do now. Original post: I, 38 female, met my brother-in-law, 38 male, at uni. He asked me out in our first year and I refused. He called me the C word and that I am shallow. My best friend told me that it was a harmless comment from a drunken guy who got rejected. I never thought myself shallow. It was his demeanor and awkwardness that was off-putting to me. Anyway, he proved my friend right, and other than these comments, I have never felt uncomfortable during my university years because he never bothered me again. Not even looked my way. The next time that I met him was when my baby sister, 28 female, introduced him as her boyfriend. I didn't even recognize him at first because it was like 9 to 10 years since the day that he talked to me. He was visibly annoyed that I didn't recognize him and called me a liar. The family was skeptical at first about him, but he seemed to treat my sister right, and she seemed happy. He is very rich, taking her all over the world, and he seemed kind with this too. They got married after a year of dating. They have 3 children. I met my now ex, 40 male, 5 years ago, and the only odd comment from my brother-in-law was that I was still as shallow and superficial as I was at the university. At the time, I took it as a joke, but in hindsight, when I found out the truth and started thinking back, looking for red flags, this was probably a big one. He never showed any signs that he disliked my husband, and he was always decent enough, and his indifference to have a close friendship with my husband and I did not seem odd because he was always a recluse. A year ago, my husband came home and accused me of cheating, and he had evidence. The guy contacted him, and he had nudes, etc. of me on his phone. The guy told my husband that he didn't know at first that I was married, but as soon as he found out, he contacted my now ex. He even apologized to my husband. I have never met this guy before in my life. Nothing I said or did made my husband believe me. He left me, and our divorce is pending. Then yesterday, that guy contacted me. He apologized for what he did and told me that he is friends with my brother-in-law. He sent me endless conversations my brother-in-law had about me over the years. He had never forgotten that I, in his words, didn't even give him a chance and only judged him by his looks. He called me the C word in that chat. Both chats with his friends, but mostly with this guy. They planned this attack and my brother-in-law somehow got access to my photos. The reason this guy contacted me now is that he felt guilty because even when my marriage is over, my brother-in-law still was angry and hateful, especially when he heard that I was on a date last weekend. So the friend felt that I didn't help his friend but ruined innocent people's lives. Not sure what to do. My brother-in-law has actually been happier and more sociable than usual since my divorce, and now I know why, although first I thought he felt sorry and wanted to support me. He jokes about me ending up an old maid with cats as companions don't sound like jokes anymore. He meant them. I don't want to ruin my sister's life. She's very happy with her husband. I'm not sure either if I can with her husband. I'm not sure if I can tell my ex or not. I'm very heartbroken that he didn't believe me. Love him very much. He is the love of my life, but I'm not sure if I can forgive him for not believing me. But he is a victim in this too, so maybe he needs to know for closure. I am so terribly sad and hurt. I'm sorry this post got very long. Now for the comments before reading the update. It wouldn't shock me if this guy found your sister and is dating her just to remain close to you. Feels too coincidental that he somehow popped back into your life and then got mad that you didn't even remember him. I feel so too. It makes it even worse. I understand that you're hurt your husband didn't believe you, but it sounds from your post he had what he thought were hard and condemning evidence. For many people, it can shake their trust to the core. I think you should tell your ex, or soon-to-be ex if I understand correctly, and your sister the truth. Particularly because you'll be able to fix your image as the cheater, but think about them too. Your sister needs to know who she's married to. He's an obsessive and vindictive guy that still harbors such deep resentment to his now sister-in-law who rejected him like 15 years ago, to the point he keeps bad-mouthing you to his friends and destroyed your marriage. Your husband believes his wife cheated on him. That can be traumatic for most people. It's not fair to let him think he is betrayed like that by someone he loved. He deserves to know the truth so he won't hurt as much. And maybe if you want to, it can be a reason to pause the divorce proceedings and think about the future with the truth in mind. Maybe go to couples counseling and try to fix your marriage. First, get a written and taped confession from the guy and also the screenshots of the messages. Then contact your lawyer for a legal option, as in suing the brother-in-law, where defamation is very serious because your reputation affects your career. Seek advice from trusted friends or your parents. If it was me, though, I'd plead like crazy for the evidence and go after brother-in-law. If he can do that to OP, he can do anything to his sister. Now for the updates. Update 1, January 30th, 2024. My soon-to-be ex-husband knows everything now. Apparently, the guy who contacted me contacted my husband at the same time and confessed to him. My soon-to-be ex is coming to town this weekend and he wants to talk. Afterwards, I will probably need to look into having legal action if that's possible and tell my family. I think now that exposing him is the best and more safe approach, should anything more serious happen, at least people would be aware of who to blame. I want to at least make sure that my sister and her children are in safety before I tell them everything, like meeting them at my parents' house after I tell my parents. The pictures were real and were probably stolen from my phone or my husband's because he is the only one that I took the pictures for. I don't know if I can get any justice since the pictures were not of my face. At least I was smart enough not to have my face shown in nudes. I don't know what will happen. Relevant comments. So you're telling me that this guy has kept himself around you for 20 years and is still hung up on you rejecting him? It sounds like he's preyed on your sister to get close to you and will keep trying to ruin your life if you let him get away with this. You need to tell your sister what he did, and the guy he used needs to tell your ex what he did. Not to stir any pots or get your ex back, but so everyone knows about what a psycho this guy is. If he's still trying to get back at you after decades of you simply rejecting him, he's never going to stop and he's never going to let you be happy. OP, yes, he's been following me throughout my uni years and even afterwards. He found my sister and managed to charm her. When they got married, I was single, and apparently he was telling his friends how he was glad I was old and single and miserable, not my experience of single life. Then, when I met my husband, he was angry because he didn't think I would find someone at my age, 33. Now, when we are getting a divorce, he was very pleased again, saying I would definitely never find someone at 38, that I would regret turning him down. But I was on a date last weekend, so he spiraled down again and was angry and wrote horrible things about me, so his friend chose to come forward because he thought that my divorce was not enough for this guy. His words. Update 2. I really don't have much to add. My sister is very angry. She said that I have ruined her husband's reputation because my ex has blasted him and his friend everywhere. Now he is talking about wanting to end his life because I ruined it because of a joke he played. My parents have told her everything the day everything was exposed, and apparently she believed them, me at first, but now she has turned on me, so she is refusing to listen. I wish I could have had a moment with her before hell broke loose. Additional comments. Comment 1. He is looking for jobs here because he wants to move back. I got very anxious and asked if he is doing this because of me, because we are not together, and this wasn't the right time to pressure me, but he said he was doing it for himself, and that he doesn't want anything from me but that, and he doesn't want to leave town for a brother-in-law to think he was easy prey to harm. I didn't ask about the one he is seeing. It felt it would be disrespectful to interrogate him since I have no right to do that. Maybe it's not serious, or maybe she is willing to move here. I don't know. I've spoken to lawyers. They don't seem to think that this could lead to anything. Comment 2. Yes, and he said that he couldn't just wait and let brother-in-law believe that I was alone and easy prey. He said that police wouldn't do anything. He was right about that. And people like brother-in-law are better exposed to everyone because they value their image. He doesn't seem to be understanding of my sister, however, and the way that she was put in the middle. He did apologize a lot, but probably only because I was distraught and upset about what he did. I don't think he regrets anything. He is very sad himself, and he's been apologizing all the time about everything, including not believing me or trusting his gut that believed me. My brother-in-law hasn't bothered me again since he tried to call me to threaten me after everything blew up because my ex went to his place again and threatened beating him up again. Now my sister is even angrier. Husband's relationship. Comment 1. Yeah, it's over. I don't think it was a serious relationship. I just heard rumors that he had a girlfriend but didn't know the details, so maybe I thought it was more serious than it was. Now he is moving back, and I haven't heard that someone is moving with him, so I don't know. We talk on the phone every day, but I don't want to pry. So far, on any news on my brother-in-law, he has filed no contact orders against my ex-husband and me. Update 3. I am sorry that I have been gone for too long, and I'm overwhelmed by the support that you've given me here. Some of you still asking about me. I don't know where to start. I have been in constant pain and stress about everything that happened, but my brother-in-law is not exposed to everyone about what he did to me. For those of you who think that he is in love with me, he isn't. That's what I thought at first. He very much hates my guts and has done so since the day that I rejected him. Hate is also a driving force and not only love. So for the stupid users that I would like to call losers who made fun of me, about me bragging about a man not being over me in 20 years, that is not it. If this is bragging, then you're actually very sick in the head. Unfortunately, I was sent these comments from a different sub about updates. What a bunch of losers. I was in constant fear that my brother-in-law will be hurting my sister because of me, and I'm not certain if he will. But that was the only reason I've been apathetic. I wasn't sure what the right step was with people like him. He has hidden his hatred so well for so long. What more is he capable of? I didn't want my sister and her children to be the collateral damage. That's why I have to be careful. I am sorry to disappoint you by not being the strong, bad bitch. I have other priorities. My sister and I finally talked. I love her and her children very much. She seemed just very hurt and questioning her entire marriage, and who can blame her? I tried the baby steps approach. I wanted her to know that I was there for her, and I was honest with her about my worries about her and her children with a man like him. It worked for a while, and I was being hopeful, but something changed, and it probably had to do with her husband giving her an ultimatum. Divorce or cut your family off. She chose her marriage. It broke my parents and me, but I don't think we can do anything about it. It is her own choice, even if we believe it is coerced. But maybe there is this little chance that she knows him better than we do. There is the little hope that he is a better person towards his family. I am clinging on to that hope. She wrote us telling us to forget she and her children existed, and that they will be taking legal action if we ever try to contact them again. Brother-in-law deleted all of his social media accounts, and his friends apparently all want nothing to do with him. I have heard he is planning on leaving the city because everyone knows what he did now, and he is having a hard time with it. He barely leaves the house, and he has been shamed even at work. My ex-husband and I are moving on with the divorce. I don't blame him for believing the rumors, but at the same time, I wish he knew me better like I thought he did. That I would never do such a thing and cheat on him. I am so sorry that he moved back for me, and probably was hoping that we could give it another chance, but I can't. He has apologized so many times and said so many times that he never truly believed the rumors, that I have started to think that our marriage wasn't strong enough to overcome a rumor. It is nobody's fault, but I thought our love was stronger than it actually was. I think we both thought that. I have started dating a new guy a few weeks before all this started. After over a year of me not even being able to leave bed. He has seen all of this unfolding, and he's been very patient and supportive. I think I have a real shot at happiness now. At least he knows everything and is well prepared in case my brother-in-law isn't done with me yet. Thank you all for reading this, and thank you again for being there for me. Story 2. Am I the a-hole for excluding my daughter's best friend from her birthday party? My 36 female daughter's 13 female birthday was last weekend. There's this trampoline park in town that offers sleepover parties where the kids can play for a few hours, watch a movie, and have sleepovers on the trampolines. Her school is very small, so there were only 20 students in her entire year. When we were booking the event, she said to only book 19 places. I asked her if she was sure if she wasn't missing out on someone, but she assured me there was only 19 kids in her class and I was just misremembering. Fast forward to her birthday and this girl, Camilla, shows up with an entire box full of gifts, teddy bears, perfume, candles, nail polish. I remembered picking up mine from school at the beginning of the school year and seeing her chatting and being friendly with Camilla, so I assumed they were quite good friends. When Camilla went up to hug my daughter and wish her a very happy birthday, she slightly pushed her away and told Camilla she couldn't attend as we forgot to book her a place. I apologized to Camilla and her mother and offered to talk to the people in charge and pay for her place, but my daughter insisted that Camilla couldn't come. Camilla was very distraught over this and started sobbing. I pulled my daughter aside and asked her why Camilla couldn't join, even though they used to be friendly and she had invited every other student in her year. She said that Camilla was just really weird, obsessive, and creepy, and she didn't want to be friends with her anymore. I asked her if Camilla was bullying her, and she said no. She just didn't want to be around Camilla. Camilla's mother had found out about the party through another parent, and Camilla decided to surprise my daughter knowing she hadn't been given an invite. I returned the gifts to Camilla, apologized again, and gently told her that there weren't enough spaces. Her mother started screaming at me, telling me that I was a grown adult woman bullying a preteen girl. I told her that it was my daughter's birthday party. She could invite whoever she wanted. She accused me of raising my daughter to be a bully and that she couldn't just invite the entire class and exclude one girl. She claimed that Camilla was my daughter's best friend and that she had a right to be invited. I told her that my daughter is a teenager, not a 5-year-old. She can't be forced to invite the entire class just to be nice. I said that I didn't want to raise a doormat. I didn't want to teach her to value the feelings of others at the expense of her own. If my daughter feels uncomfortable around someone, then I prioritize her well-being over that of a stranger's. Camilla's mother is now talking to the teachers to punish my daughter for bullying. I've tried explaining to her that my daughter was simply setting her boundaries. She shouldn't have to face consequences for that. Camilla's mother said that I was an evil bitch who took joy in bullying little girls. Am I the a-hole? Now for the comments. Yes, you are the a-hole. The real issue here is your daughter lied to you about the class size so that she could exclude this one person. It's possible that Camilla makes your daughter uncomfortable, but it's also possible that your daughter is being unnecessarily mean. With teenagers, it could go either way. I do agree with that. I think you should go to the school and find out what's going on. You have no way of knowing if your daughter is being the bully until you find out for yourself. If she is bullying your Camilla, you need to know this so that you can correct the behavior. Don't be so quick to believe your daughter is innocent here. Someone told Camilla that she could come to this party. Ask yourself this question. How did Camilla know where the party was and what time it started? Edit. Just so that y'all know, OP added the information about Camilla's mom finding out about the party details from another parent after the majority of people voted her the a-hole and suggested that her daughter was the mean girl. I was one of the first people who commented on this post. That bit of info wasn't there. OP is as manipulative as her daughter is. This person says, if she's in class all day with 19 other kids all excited about the party, keeping it from her would be very difficult even if they tried to. They are preteens and teens. They're going to be more cognizant of the party time so they don't miss events. Also, while that might be true of most kids, odds are there's at least 1 or 2 out of the 19 who are the exception. Story 3. My 24 male, mother, 56 female, strongly dislikes my girlfriend, 27 female. How do I navigate this? Using a throwaway just in case. Me and my girlfriend of 4 months are an unlikely couple in most people's eyes, mainly due to the fact that she's very attractive and I'm not. It's not just my opinion. People literally told me she is the most beautiful woman that they've ever seen, and I thought the same when I first met her. We met at work since that's what people often ask. Our company's offices are in the same building. My drunk coworkers went to ask them to join our Christmas party, and that's how we met. She's my first serious girlfriend. Nobody ever liked me enough to enter a committed relationship with me before, which proves my previous claim of being unattractive. However, I hope she is also my last and would ask her to marry me today if not for the fear of scaring her away. So I'm very serious about this, and obviously I'm madly in love. I've always had a very close relationship with my parents, so naturally I was excited and proud to introduce my amazing girlfriend to them. So my parents invited us over, and I thought everything was going great. My girlfriend is generally very good with people, unlike me, and she also brought homemade cookies. However, I could see my mom was being colder than usual and could sense something was off. The next day, my mom came over and said, "Son, I must warn you about that woman." Basically, she told me she thinks my girlfriend is a gold digger. I asked her what gave her the impression, and she did not give me a straight answer. Just women like her usually are, or why do you think she is with you? I told her it's ridiculous since my girlfriend actually earns more than me and is pretty ambitious career-wise. But my mom wouldn't have it and insisted my girlfriend is trying to use me, which doesn't really make any sense. Why would she choose to use me of all people when she could easily find someone who's actually rich? My mom also said my girlfriend looks high maintenance, which she totally isn't. Her hobbies are camping, hiking, botany, and reading. Same as mine. We actually bonded over that. She's just about as high maintenance as I am. But my mom insisted that my girlfriend pretended to like the same things as me just to get closer to me, as if I wouldn't notice that. I was also hurt by the fact that my mother would think these things. I mean, it's one thing when random people assume that I must be super rich when they see me with her, or that I'm her brother or anything other than her actual boyfriend, but it's something else entirely when your own family basically tells you, "Hey son, there's no way this incredible woman would waste her time with someone like you. She must be plotting something." I'm already insecure about not being good enough for her, and this definitely did not help. So my question is, what do I do about this? Forget your parents' opinion on anything. If they can't support you, then they're not worth listening to. My mother does not listen to me and seems to have already made up her mind about my girlfriend. I'm very close to my family and I see them every week. My girlfriend actually likes it as she's also close to her family, and I know that she hopes to get along well with mine. I haven't told my girlfriend any of this because I know she'd be hurt by my mother's assumptions. I fear my mother will ruin my relationship if I let my girlfriend near her again, but I can't exactly hide them from each other forever now that they've already met. Help. I would just give it some time. Once they really get to know your girlfriend and see who she really is, then their opinions will change. That's all for today. If you're enjoying this story, please like the video and share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you.